And we are live, people. We are live. Big up yourselves. Big up the chat already. Jerry, TK, British Bulldog. I see you guys. Hope you guys are feeling well, having a good day. It's Friday. The sun is out. It is shining. It feels like I say that a lot. It feels like this few weeks, the sun has been doing its thing and it's been blessing all of us, man. So it is hot today, my lord. Everybody is sweating like pigs, man. But we can't complain. 'Cause when it rains, we complain. So let's not complain. I hope everybody is feeling good and the weekend is here. No work. Let's just breathe. Let's relax. Grab yourself a drink. Grab yourself an ice pole, ice lolly, icicle, a beer, a smoke, cigarette, the green stuff, the Cali. If you listen, I'm all for the Cali stuff. Grab that. It's a weekend. Smoke that. Yeah? Big up yourself. Smash the like, people. If you're new, subscribe. Today, I'm going to let it out. I'm going to give you guys my real opinion on this Sancho stuff. There's been a lot of things said about Sancho. Sancho's a baller that I liked. I wanted at the club. It hasn't worked out for him. But I'm going to give you my 2 cents today about Jadon. Also today, we're going to talk about Rashford. This Barcelona thing, it seems like it's got legs. Rashford to Barcelona seems... Listen, I joked about it a week ago. But no Nico Williams. No Ruben Diaz. Come and get Rashford from us. Come and get him, guys. Come on, Barcelona. You've got the money. Come and get Rashford. We're going to talk about that. Betis, once again, they've put their heads above the water and they've made it known that they still interested in Anthony. They still want to get Anthony. So we're going to have a quick chat about that as well. Ahmad's birthday, some positivity. I've seen the videos of people singing happy birthday to Ahmad. Great, great. Ahmad's what, 24 now? 25. Ahmad's getting on, Ahmad's not a baby anymore. He's not. The players look leaner. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the fact that listen, I never said Casemiro was a big guy. I'm not one of those people who say that. But he does look like he's a bit leaner. And the players look like they're all a bit leaner. So, I don't know. Is that something to talk about? We'll mention it. If you guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Not related to Man United. I think it's interesting that the Gibbs-White deal, apparently, the Gibbs-White to Tottenham from Nottingham Forest is off, and Nottingham Forest have filed a complaint. They're getting the legal, temporarily, it's off, and they're getting the legal people involved. Apparently, the approach for Gibbs-White was illegal. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. So, yeah, a few things for us to talk about. No big news today. No outgoings happened this week. Listen, last week or 2 weeks ago, apparently the Mbumo medical should have happened. So these journalists are lying to us. They're lying to us. But we're here this week. No outgoings for the whole week. No ingoings for the whole week. Another week goes by, people. What can I say? Big up yourselves. Please, guys, smash the like, share the video, subscribe, do all of those beautiful, amazing things for this new channel. And let's get into it. So, a lot of people I know in this fan base have either positive or negative things to say about Jadon and Jadon's time at Man United. And I kind of understand it. I understand that we, as a football club, want to get him out. We want his wages off the books. And we want money for him. I understand all of these things. But sometimes I feel like the level of discourse and the conversations about him should be more directed at the club rather than at Jadon Sancho himself. I feel like sometimes, just like he tweeted, don't use me as a scapegoat. We just do exactly that. We use him as a scapegoat. And I feel like this tweet is interesting. Chelsea went to Sancho and said, we are prepared to match our salary contribution we made on the loan to sign you permanently. Straight away, I'm thinking, I don't care if you're going to match your salary contribution. Pay me what I want you to pay me, what I think I'm worth. Don't just say you're going to match the salary contribution. Like, pay me what I've asked you to pay me, or I will bounce. So this tweet saying that Chelsea offered around 180 to 200,000 pounds. First and foremost, any tweet that says they offered between this number and that number, you got to be like, why don't you just tell me how much they offered? Why are you leaving a gap for us to fill? Was it 180 or was it 200? Sancho rejected. Yeah, Sancho rejected because that's one, we were told 150 Chelsea offered him, not 180. And two, why would anyone want to take a pay cut? Especially if Man United were topping up the remaining wages. Almost 100k. If you believe that he gets paid 300 grand a week. You know? So I think that's quite interesting. Secondly, this news. Jadon Sancho wants 4.3 million severance package from Man United to complete his move to Juventus. Now, there's two ways you can look at it. You can take the side of the player. You can take the side of the club. I sometimes refuse to take the side of the club. Even though I'm a Manchester United fan, I sometimes don't take the side of the capitalist. I sometimes don't take the side of the billionaire CEO, the big company. I don't always take the side of the big company. I often take the side of the little guy, the footballer. Pay me what you owe me. If you want me to go so you can get some money and do whatever you need to do, pay me the rest of my salary. Nobody forced you, Manchester United, to pay me what you're paying me. Nobody. You signed me, gave me these wages, and now, over the last 2 years, trying to put it out there through the media, through spin, how bad I am, how terrible I am, how I'm lazy, all of these things to devalue me as a footballer, to try to ruin me as a footballer, and now you want me to just take a pay cut. That doesn't make no sense. Sancho demanding his severance package, right, is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. And I want to scroll down to this tweet, people, if you guys can see it. Maguire wanted the same thing when West Ham wanted him. This is a normal thing in football. But it's only bad when it's Sancho. And it's okay when it's everyone else. And this is the thing, guys. This is what I don't like about this Jadon Sancho thing for the last 2 years. You can say what you want. You can say he's underperformed and underachieved, right? And we can get into that as well. But the level of hatred of him personally as an individual, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. It's very strange. It's very strange. Let's for a second, yeah, think about, if there's anything else, think about the Jadon Sancho timeline. For just 2 minutes, yeah? 2 minutes, think about the Jadon Sancho timeline. Left the country at 16. Which English kid, yeah, is leaving England at 16 to play, or 17 to play football? Nobody. I think he was one of the first of his sort of generation to leave England as a child to play in a foreign league to gain experience. He left Man City, went to Dortmund. Between ages of 17, 18, 19, 20, he became the most sought after young talent in the world. He was putting up double figures. He was putting up numbers that nobody to this day at the age of 16 and 17 was putting out, right? That's a fact, right? He did well. We saw that. We were tracking him for 2 years. We bought him to Manchester United at age 9, about 20. Was it 20, 21 we bought him? Cool, fine. Yeah. Jadon Sancho, if you watched him, was never a pace and power merchant. He was never a pace and power person. He's not blessed with electric pace. He's not going to get the ball and dribble past a man and just blow him out the way Rashford does. For some reason, we expected that of him. And what vexes me sometimes, or annoys me about, is the fact that players, or should I say fans, don't watch players, don't understand a player's attributes, and they expect them to do things that they've never done. We bought Paul Pogba, right, who played in a midfield 3, who had a free role to go forward and to go back, to attack and defend. He didn't have the responsibility to sit back. Yeah, he didn't. It was what's his name? I can't remember his name. Who played in that Juventus team? Is it Vidal? Yeah, Vidal and someone else who was a ball player. The guy with the long hair. The Italian legend. I can't remember, guys, but he played in the midfield three. We brought him to Man United and we asked him to play defensive midfield in a double pivot. We've never seen this guy do this. Why are we doing this? So when we bought Jadon Sancho, I never expected him to just get the ball like a Rashford and just kick the ball forward and pace out a guy. That's not his game. He's going to be deliberate. He's going to, if there's not a pass on, if he can't get past you, he's going to pass the ball backwards and keep the ball. I remember watching Jadon the first 2 years at Manchester United. Keep the ball, beat his man sometimes. It wasn't always, every time he gets the ball, doing the Ryan Giggs, Cristiano Ronaldo, beat his man, take his man on. That's not his game. And I think that's why we started getting annoyed. When Jadon got the ball on the wings, he wasn't always looking to attack his man the way Giggs and Ronaldo does. And as Man United fans, we have seen a brand of football. We've seen a type of football where our wingers traditionally isolate the man, go and attack their man one-on-one, Giggs, Ronaldo, try to beat them and put a cross in. That's what we're used to seeing. We're not used to seeing the type of wingers like Jadon who want to combine, who want to play one-touch football, who want to use the overlapping run, the underlapping run, who want to cut inside and combine with his teammates, who need his team to monopolize possession of the ball because he plays better in a team that keeps the ball rather than this counter-attacking madness that we try to do under Oli. That's not his game. So he underperformed in some games. I remember some games, especially for Ralf Rangnick, he played well. When Ronaldo came, he played well. He played as well as anybody else, and he played as bad as anybody else. He didn't stick out for me. He didn't play any worse than anyone, and he didn't play any better than anyone, right? Then comes Ten Hag. Ten Hag freezes him out for Anthony, his baby, who he got rid of like a year later. But anyway, he freezes him out. Cool, that's fine. Yeah. At the Arsenal game, we lose to Arsenal. He's asked about flipping Jadon. He says something along the lines of, I only select people who work hard in training. The journalists take that, run with it and say Sancho was dropped because he's lazy and all these things, right? We forget we lost to Arsenal without Jadon in the team. And the whole Arsenal result, everyone used Jadon as a scapegoat. The whole conversation then became about Jadon. Jadon Sancho. Distracted from the fact we lost to Arsenal. Cool, fine. Jadon then comes out and says, please don't use me as a scapegoat. I was not involved in that loss. Right? Everyone got angry. How dare he go against the manager? How dare he speak up? Then you have two camps. You have the Jadon in his right to stand up for himself because he's been used as a scapegoat. Then you have, you should never ever speak up against a manager. If the manager throws you under the bus, just accept it, just take it, and just lay with your back down and with your belly like a little cat and go. Rrr. You had those two camps. The more and more weeks, months went by, Jadon got left out. More negative news about Jadon and Jadon, more negative. He stays up all day, blah, blah, blah. Man United flooded the place with negative Jadon news. The fans, we all started absorbing this stuff. And very, very quickly, Jadon became enemy number one while Ten Hag was here. Everyone hated him. He was sticking up for himself and everyone hated him. Halfway down the season, we shipped him off to Dortmund. Yeah? We did that. He shows everyone once again that he's a baller. We struggle while he gets shipped to Dortmund. He reaches the Champions League final with Dortmund while we're having a crap season. We win the FA Cup, fair enough. But he does well with Dortmund. He comes back the next season. He's probably the best player on preseason. Playing that false nine role in preseason, he was balling out and everyone expected him to have a part to play. Even the whole club was saying, Jadon's back, Jadon is part of the squad, all these things. And he looked good. And we're thinking, cool, he has a part to play. Only for then realize that he's going to get shipped off to Chelsea. right? He gets shipped off to Chelsea. And while he gets shipped off to Chelsea, we have the worst season that we've ever had. Without him, he didn't kick a ball for Manchester United, right? And now I feel like after finishing 15th, he's back. We're trying to ship him out. And I feel like people are focusing all their anger, all their rage for Man United's failing, and once again, funneling it into Jadon Sancho. And I'm like, hold on a second. How the hell did we get here? Listen, Jadon hasn't been perfect. That tweet, yeah, where he's like, freedom, shouldn't have done that. There's few things he shouldn't have done. But at the same time, I'm like, hold on a second. Man United have taken a piss out of this guy. Promised him the number 7 shirt, only to give him the number 25, 5 plus 2, 7. And I'm like, who am I actually supposed to be, whose side am I supposed to be on here? The club or the player? I've seen what Jadon can do. Jadon Sancho has not finished outside the top 4 for any team he's played for. When he played for Dortmund, regularly in the top 4. When he played for Man United, those 2 seasons before we shipped him off on loan, he finished 3rd. He finished in the top 3 with Oli. He did that. Went to Chelsea, finished in the top 4, Champions League, conference, and he won the Conference League. So he can say, Jadon Sancho, that I've not been involved in Man United's crap seasons. I have not touched the ball when United have been crap. You guys shipped me out to Chelsea and played Garnacho a whole season. And you're telling me that if I wasn't in the squad, I wouldn't have contributed and done better than flipping Garnacho. Are you taking the flipping piss? So, as much as I want Jadon Sancho, I still want Jadon Sancho gone. I think it's best for him. It's best for the club. It's too toxic now. The club has successfully managed to turn the fans against him the same way they did with Pogba and other players who look like him. And other players who do much worse, they get a free ride. So the club has successfully turned the fans against him, and it's very, very toxic. So I do want him to leave, but I don't hate him. I don't hate the fact he wants his money. It's annoying that we can't, offload him and get money for him and move on. Yes, it is, but I don't hate him for that. Get your money, bro. Get your money. As much as the problem is, right? I'm also a human being on this planet, and I go to work as well. And I would protect myself from my boss. I will make sure I get paid. And because we're Man United fans, we always seem to side with the club, as we do. But sometimes I like to just step away from things and be like, hold on a second. I should be siding with the little guy here, who's fighting against the giant club, the giant organisation, who's failed. This giant organisation, listen, he knows how shit Man United is. He knows how badly Man United are run. These players know this. We know this. And when we siding with the club over Jadon, who are we actually siding with? Are we siding with Ten Hag, who is gone? Are we siding with Amrim, who's not even giving him a chance? Are we siding with Glazers, who were here before Ineos? Are we siding with Ineos to get... Who are we actually siding with? I just feel like... Same way with Rashford. I don't hate Rashford. I don't hate any of these players that we want to ship out. I want them gone, but I'm not going to go online and be like, good riddance, get out. All of these... I just feel like it's unnecessary. The entity that we should be focusing more, our grievances more on, is Manchester United Football Club. They signed these players. They put these players on these wages. And all of a sudden, they're going from we don't need money to we need money. We don't need to sell to we need to sell. Man United are the ones doing all of this crap. And that's all I want to say. I know I've said a lot about Jadon, and I know a lot of you probably don't care. But it's crazy. I think it's crazy. Refusing to apologise. I'm not apologizing. Are you mad? I didn't play in the Arsenal game, and you're using me as a scapegoat. And all I said was, please don't use me as a scapegoat. Only for everyone to do exactly what he's asked you not to do. Use him. That's one thing about me, guys. I'm not dumb, right? I can see that we're using him as a scapegoat. I can see the club and all the other fans are using him as a scapegoat, and I refuse to be part of that. I refuse to be part of that. Those people. At my brain, too much critical thinking skills, bro. Like, I can compartmentalize things. I can be like, Jadon was bad here. The club was bad here. This person was good here. I don't do the whole black and white. Evil, good. Things are nuanced, people. Nuanced. Detailed. Jadon is not in the wrong. The club's not in the wrong. It's just a battle right now. And we must stop doing this whole, I'm going to hate on this. I'm going to apologize. No. Dead that. So, that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. I know a lot of you might not agree. A lot of you might not agree with what I'm saying, and that's good. That's good. This is not a channel, yeah, where I say what I need to say, and everyone's like, yeah, Chosen Wisdom is right. No, disagree with me. You guys have different angles. You guys have different things to say, and that is good. I want different opinions. I'm not somebody who's scared of hearing different opinions, but that is what's happened. That is a chain of events for me when it comes to Jadon. I want Jadon Sancho to take a pay cut. That's what I want as a fan. But I'm also intelligent to understand that if I was in his position, I wouldn't take one. And I'm a financial advisor. That is what I do for a living. That is my job. I get paid a lot of money to do that. We can have two different things in our mind and understand things are complex. I can say as a fan, I want him to do this. But if I was in his shoe, I wouldn't do it. Do you understand? Compartmentalize people. So that's my little take on it. He will leave, Jadon. But these guys who are just being vague, these guys who are trying purposely, Goldbridge, even Ben, listen, I like Ben Jacobs. But in this interview that I listened to, he was being so vague with his numbers and stuff. And I'm like, bro, if you don't know some stuff, yeah, just don't say some stuff. If you don't know shit, don't say shit, Ben. Otherwise, it's just agendas. That's all it is. So, I've gone off on a tandem. I know I have. Let me go back to what we were supposed to be doing. But I just wanted to say that. People. Bulldog says, Sancho turned me against him as a player. No hate, but Sancho, no. Yeah. See, I don't mind that. Everyone will have their reason, yeah, for not wanting Sancho. This is my reason for not wanting Sancho. And it's an objective reason. Manchester United want players with blistering pace on the wing. Yeah. Like I said, we have grown up. Our brains and our minds have been absorbing CR7 and Giggs and those sort of players, right? CR7, I mean, Jadon is not blessed with athleticism. He's not quick. He's not physical. Technically speaking, Jadon's attributes probably go best with a number 10. He's probably more of a number 10. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. Not many players can do both. He can. He's more of a number 10. He doesn't have the physical attributes, in my opinion, to play in a top Premier League team. And that's what he is lacking. He will make it well in Italy. He will do well in Spain. He will do well in most leagues. But in this league, where you're getting clamped left, right, and centre, when every fullback is quick, Jadon doesn't stand out as much. I've seen Jadon lead people on their asses. I've seen Jadon drop a shoulder and not make a guy. We've all seen him do it. But he's not going to blow you away with his pace. And that is his main issue in the Premier League. The lack of that. That's his main issue. Yeah. Anyway, rant over. Club, British Bulldog says a lot more City than used to, but still British Bulldog club bent over backwards for Sancho and Rashford. Yeah. The club has paid Sancho too much. Sancho's wages are too high. That's not Sancho's fault. That's a club's fault. I can agree with that. From where Sancho was at, I'm pretty sure getting paid something like 50 grand or something, to then pay him over 200 grand. Tell me who does that, people? That's crazy to me. Yeah. but you wrong, kind of. You. Oh. All right, then. Enough ranting. Enough ranting. All right. Rashford now. All right. As revealed on the 6th of July, the priority for Barcelona is Marcus Rashford. Barca want to try again for Rashford and are prepared to go all in. Good stuff. This is good news, right, people? This is what we want. A few weeks ago, Luis Diaz was priority number 1 as reported, but Liverpool rejected the approach. Rashford is now the clear number 1 target. Talks are ongoing. Green light from Hansi Flick. Great stuff. And was already given days ago. The 27-year-old winger is set to leave Man United. And this is Florian Plettenberg. And he's been all right. He's been decent. So, similar to Sancho, can we all accept that we want these players gone? But can we not fully hate on them? Like, I'm never a fan of Rashford. I haven't been a fan of Rashford for 4 years. And I'm one of the guys who've been saying this guy was never him. Mason Greenwood was him. He was never talked about in the academy. He was never supposed to be that great. He's not a victim. He's a benefit of circumstances. Martial was injured. Yeah. No other striker was available, I believe. And we had to take this kid from the academy because we had no one else. And he surprised all of us with his directness and his pace. But technically, he was never at the best level, and he was never really supposed to be the guy to lead this club. He was supposed to be, Rashford, for me, a squad player at Man United. But because of our bad signing and bad recruitments, he has had to be the guy. And we, as fans, have put him in conversations, in my opinion, of course, that he should never been in. At one point, we're comparing him to Mbappe. At one point, we're saying he's one of the best forwards in the world. And I was like, no. And with United fans, we always chat. It's the expectation against reality that gets us. If you understood what Sancho was, he was never going to beat a man for pace, then you'll never get angry when you saw that he couldn't do it at Man United. If you knew what Rashford was, then don't get angry that he's not doing this and he's not doing that because he was never supposed to. That's my thing. So I've never really thought Rashford was that great, especially the last 3 years, and I've wanted him gone. But I feel like as a club, as a fan base, we can want all of these players gone without saying that they were crap, without doing the revisionism and saying they were crap every year. No. Last season, yes, Rashford didn't do well. He got sent on loan. But the season where we had Weghorst, when he scored over 20 goals, come on, man. The season when he played with Martial and Greenwood, we can't say, and do the revisionism saying these guys have always been bad. None of these guys, neither Rashford or Sancho, were involved in us finishing 15th. I also want to just make sure everyone understands this. The anger, the frustration, or whatever you feel for finishing 15th, understand that none of these guys, Rashford might have played about 2 games, but none of these guys were involved in that. And I guarantee you, everyone listening, that if we have kept either Sancho or Rashford in the squad as an alternative to flipping Hojlund, we wouldn't have finished 15th. Imagine bringing Rashford off the bench and taking Hojlund off. He's better than him. So I'm glad, once again, don't get me wrong, people. I don't want you guys to misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we can be happy that these guys are going, be looking forward to them being gone, new start and all these things without flipping abusing them on their way out, bro. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, this is good news, people. Let me know what you guys think about Rashford to Barcelona. Do you know what? As much as I said many, many times that Rashford is opposite of Sancho. Rashford relies on his pace and his power. His main strength, Rashford, is his blistering pace. When he first started, he was quicker than quick. He was the flash. He was making Van Dijk sit on his bum. He was quick. Since his back problems, since he's lost pace, he's not the same. And I say this with any footballer who uses their pace and power or who relies on it more than their technical ability. Once that goes and they're just left with their technical ability, we're going to see a different footballer. That's what's happened to Rashford. I've always said Rashford, technically, he's not the great. And up here, his IQ, when to pass, when not to pass. Stop running into blind alleys, Rashford. His footballing IQ is not at the top level, Rashford. He's never been a top level footballer. We as Man United fans have just pushed him into conversations where he shouldn't be in. Because we're starving. So I think, listen, playing in this Barcelona side that keeps the ball, that has more possession than anybody else, he will get chances. He will score goals. I don't want people to be like, oh, we should have kept Rashford. Oh my God, listen, sometimes people look good in different leagues and are better in different leagues. It doesn't mean they're rubbish. It doesn't mean they're better. It doesn't mean anything. It just means different systems, different styles. Styles make fights. We know this. And I feel like we also need to stop doing the whole, if you don't succeed in the Premier League, it means you're rubbish. I've said this many times. Some of the best footballers in the world, if not the best footballers to ever live, have not played in this league. And we don't hold it against them. Whether it's Messi or Ronaldinho, R9 or Zidane. And I reckon if they did play in this league, we would have a slightly different opinion of them. So I'm almost happy that some of these guys didn't play in this league. That we got to see them play proper football. Not this elbow, slide tackle, pace and power, no tactics, no tech that we see in the Premier League. Anyway. Move on. Let's go. This is a weird one. Real Betis and Antony situation is so weird. And the reason why it's weird, people, is because Betis have been making signings while at the same time trying to act like they don't have money to buy Antony. It's so strange. We can see you. You're making signings with money, but you're coming to us like you don't have money for Antony. It's very strange that I know Betis aren't the only club in for him, but I feel like Betis is the only club he wants to play for. I think it will happen, the move to Betis, but I've been hearing weird things. Some journalists are saying that Betis want Man United to cover certain wages. No, stop this covering wages business. You either want to buy this player or you don't. I believe it will happen, but clearly Betis are putting it out there that he needs to take a pay cut. And I think he will take a pay cut. I don't think there'll be a problem with Antony going to Betis. We just need Betis to fix up and show us the money. Stop talking about how much you like him and how you want him to come there and all these things. Stop doing that. Yeah. And just offer the money and get the player. This is what we're seeing here. We are seeing, this is Antony on Instagram. Just, he's not come back. So he's just training, doing that left foot shot that he loves. Think Antony, when Antony shoots, he never uses his laces when he shoots. Every shot Antony takes, whether it's far away or close by, he uses his instep, guys. He uses the inside of his foot. And I'm like, that's cool. I like to use the inside of my foot to curve the ball in. But can't you use the side of your foot? Can't you use your laces? Like, his shooting technique is not the worst technique in the world. But it's the fact that he has the same shooting technique for every single situation. Sometimes you're going to need to side foot it into the bottom corner, bro. Sometimes you're going to have to slap that ball with your laces. But he doesn't. He's like, no, don't tell me what to do, Chosen. I'm going to curl everything in. No matter where I am, I'm going to use the inside of my... It's very strange, guys. I don't know. It's strange. But Antony went to Betis. He did well. He did well at Betis. And I feel like a lot of people, when he went to Betis, a lot of Man United fans were like, there is a player in there. But you shouldn't need. This is the thing, guys. You shouldn't need Anthony to have to go to Betis to know that there's a player in there. We can't at the same time say everyone comes to United and they die when they come here, and then watch players die when they do come here, and then call them players crap. Sometimes it is a mixture of many things, and we don't do nuance really well. Sometimes, yes, the player can't live up to the hype because the pressure could come from the media as well as anything, right? But sometimes it is the Man United fans that do it. Look at Xerxes. Look what happened to Xerxes and all the booing that Xerxes got. That could have ended Xerxes. His home fans started booing him when he got subbed off. And some of you guys could say, listen, if you can't handle the boos, then he shouldn't be here. And I get that. But it's also our responsibility to make sure our players play well, and destroying our players' confidence. How does that help them play well? Like, I've got a bit of sympathy for Anthony. There's a player in there. He is limited. He's very, very one-footed, Anthony. Very left-footed. But he's a decent player. Sancho, decent player. Rashford, he'll be fine. All these players will be fine. Just like Scott. Listen, I'm one of those guys, right, who wanted Scott sold. I wanted Scott McTominay sold, right? But at the same time, I knew his attributes, his physical attributes, his strength, his height, he's not going to knock him off the ball, and he isn't slow. He's actually a box crasher. For 2 years, Jose Mourinho tried to convince me that this guy was a DM. He tried to do that. For about a year, 2 years, Oli tried to convince us he was a DM next to Fred. This guy was running from the ball. This guy was hiding behind other players on the field. Scott McTominay was nowhere to be seen. Fred was playing in that midfield by himself. And for some reason, even though Fred was better than Scott McTominay, Fred was labelled with the same stink that Scott was. Mac Fred. No. It's not no Mac Fred, bro. It's just McTominay hiding. Never being available to receive the ball. Always ghosting. And then all of a sudden, we played it because this guy was an attacking player in the youth team. All of a sudden, we turned him into some Frank Lampard box crasher. And all of a sudden, it's like, hold on a second. This guy is a menace in the box. Hold on a second. This guy can shoot with his left, can shoot with his right. He's not like Anthony, who has to use his instep. He can lace the ball. He's very intelligent when it comes to crashing the box. He can head the ball. And if you give this guy a bit of freedom, he will be all right. And look at him now. Look at him now. You just got to understand the profiles, guys, of the players that you have. And play them. Yeah, play them correctly. He won the league. And now look at him looking at James Bond. Yeah, I think he won Player of the Year. Listen, like I said, yeah, I'm not biggest fan of this guy, but I can admit that he's had a good season. I can also say that, listen, just because you don't succeed in the Premier League doesn't mean you're a bad footballer. Just because you don't succeed in the system doesn't mean you're bad. Many managers have many different systems and require different things from different footballers. Don't buy a player, yeah, that you've never seen do something before and ask them to do it in your team. Don't do that. I'm happy for Scott McTominay. I'm happy for Scott McTominay because it just shows that once you leave Man United, as we all know, you can achieve. Man United is no longer the be-all. Before, once you leave, if you left Man United before, the only way was down. Now, all the players I've mentioned, from Sancho to Rashford to Scott McTominay, have all left Man United, whether on loan or on permanent deals, and have gone to better clubs. Clubs that are in the Champions League. Clubs that are in the Europa League. All better clubs than us. And all the players, right, the Antonys, the Sanchos, the Rashford, they'll all leave this summer and start for better clubs who are in better situations. So, to us, Man United fans, in our emotional state, we're like, get out, get the F out, we hate you, rah. These players are like, hold on a second. Man United are a 15th place team. I'm going to Napoli, who won the league. I'm going to Juventus, who are top 4 team. I'm going to Barcelona, who won the league. Hold on a second. We're all upgrading our lives away from this shit show. And you fans are just shouting, get lost and stuff. Yeah, we will. We will. Like, it's so weird, isn't it? Like, we can't compartmentalize. We're just emotional fans. We can't think objectively about anything. And it's cool. On this channel, I will. On this channel, I will think objectively. Yes, I will still be emotional. But I will also try to think objectively, people. Anyway, Scott, you look like flipping James Bond's cousin. What? Scott Bond. Nah, he looks slick though. I don't know what he's trying to do though, flipping. But anyway, people. I got time for Scott McTominay. You just got to play players, yeah. Look at their attributes, look at their profiles, find a place for that player. You know? So, British Bulldog, 7-hour drive gets you 8% across Canada. Yeah, British Bulldog says one trick. Anthony, yeah, that's my Anthony. I wish he could use his other foot, man. And I wish he can use other parts of his feet. Even the way Anthony dribbles, he dribbles with only one part of his foot. Like, it's very... Anthony, can we just say, guys, and admit that Anthony is very unorthodox? Like, I don't want to just, diss the man even more by saying all of these things about him, but he's just very unorthodox footballer. He just looks very different the way he dribbles. Anyway, these guys are back in training, and apparently they're looking lean, guys, and that's something that we should all be excited about, right? And obviously Casemiro, someone did Casemiro dirty, man. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. Casemiro looks like he's got them squirrel cheeks, man. He looks like get them nuts out your... Wow, that's pause. But get them nuts out your cheek. Why is Cas looking... The thing is, yeah, I've always said, yeah, this is definitely before and after. I think this was last year. This was last year's picture. British Bulldog. British Bulldog said he's been holidaying at McDonald's. The thing about Cas, right? He has a chubby face, yeah, but his body's trim. He's just one of the people that does... I don't know whether he... No fat builds in different areas, innit? You can go to gym all you like, yeah, but that layer of fat on your belly might be the last layer of fat that comes off. And so you're going to be waiting for your abs, yeah? You're going to be waiting for your abs to come in for a long time. Like, everything else will be just trim, and that layer of fat on your belly, you just can't remove it. Like, what the hell? Maybe he's a guy that just gathers fat in his head. in his face. He's a chipmunk, for sure. But as you can see on this picture, someone's trying it. And yeah, exactly, TK. He's in a double XL training bib. You know what I'm saying? So listen. I shouldn't be laughing, bro. It's silly. I swear. But it looks like he's leaner, innit? What I'm saying. It looks like he's leaner. That's before and after. And from these pictures, people, we're supposed to take from these pictures, we're supposed to denote, extrapolate, these sort of words we use in finance, that these people are now trimmer than they were before. And of course, TK, British Bulldog, we all know we got a new head chef as well. So I know after a week, they'll be fat again. But jokes aside, I don't know what to say about this, people. I'm just talking about it out loud. I don't know what to say about it. One, why weren't they trim last year? If we're supposed to believe that they are trimmer, I don't know if they are. I need before and after pictures and videos. I need data. But let's say they are trimmer. Why weren't they trim? Why weren't they like this at the beginning of last season? Like, what the hell? Like, it's crazy. But if they are trimmer, if they're more up for it, if they are fitter, it's all good news for us. We need everything. We need the world to combine. We need the Avengers. We need the new Avengers. We need everything possible to have a good season. Everything. So, what's Celtic saying? I had to store food because they didn't have a head chef for years. Yeah. Happy meal training. That's funny. Yeah. All right. What's next? What's next on the agenda, people? All right. Let's. All right. I've said a lot of negative things and I've ranted today. So let's try to end, or let's try to have some positive stuff going on. Play. How old is he now? How old is Ahmad? Let me Google. Because 25. All right. Let's see how old Ahmad is. Oh, why am I saying 25, man? I'm gassed. He's only 23. Well done, 23. Think about Ahmad, right? Which is weird, strange. Do you know we've had him for 5 years? You know that we've signed him at. Do you know we signed him at 18, and he's 23 now. He's been at this club for a minute, you know. First 2 years we didn't really see him play. Then I think the third year he went on loan to Sunderland. I remember the backwards header he scored in I think in the Champions League. When he scored that little backwards header, like some seal, like some dolphin, I was like, how is this 5'2" human being scoring goals like that? And then this season, I think he scored about 3 headers this season. And that back post header, who was it against? He scored a back post header against somebody this season where it looped over the head. And I was thinking, how is this midget the best header of the ball in the squad? It don't make sense. It don't make sense, people. So big up Ahmad. Big up young Ahmad, because is it this one? No. This is this the Man City one where Lucha played him through. Lucha put the ball over the top and he went through. Yeah, this is the Man City goal. Yeah, this is this one. Oh, that control, bang. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But there's the goal he scored at the far post. I'm like, he surprises me. He is a good header off the ball. I think he scored at least 2 goals like that this season. So I love Ahmad. What's Jerry saying? Big up yourself, Jerry. I'm going to love and see the running stats per match this season compared to last. They will be running marathons every match. Yeah. I'm with you, Jerry. I'm with you. Like, for me, I need to see Man United outrun their opponents every game. That's the minimum. And I think that's probably why we're getting players like Mbumo, like players that work hard. They don't just walk around the pitch, you know. British Bulldog says they don't even clap in tune with each other. They don't even clap in tune with each other. Oh my gosh, BB, it's cause guilty feet have got no rhythm. Oh no. They're guilty, you know. TK Luke Shaw is eating everyone's cake leftovers. You guys are taking the piss. Oh no. No, man. Oh man. Nah, Luke Shaw's getting apple. Yeah, Luke Shaw's getting apples, bro. I want to see apples on Luke Shaw's plate and fruit. I don't want to see cakes, bro. I don't want to see it. Doggy bad take home, you know. We're not taking it anymore on this chat. The chat is getting off the rails, you know. Youth players starving outside. What a club. You guys are putting me off, I swear. It's making me cry. Anyway. Sorry, let me focus. I need some water, bruv. TK and British Bulldog try to do the flipping pass the baton between each other. Try to kill me, bruv. To allow it. I'm trying to be all serious on this video and shit. You guys are trying to take the piss. All right. What are we doing? Nottingham Forest. All right, this is interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I read this, yeah, I was like, permission to speak to the player? What does that mean, bro? Like, when I think about these things practically, it confuses me. Like, Nottingham Forest prepare a complaint to the Premier League for Morgan Gibbs-White move to Tottenham. Nottingham Forest are working on potential legal action as they believe Spurs made illegal approach to the player. Sky Sports. Listen, my thing, listen, I might be stupid, but hear me out for 1 second. How do you know, unless someone tells you that they've agreed deals and they've contacted the player, how do you know if I've called this player or not? Do you have tabs on his phone? How do you know that agents have been speaking unless you're told that? Because I can call someone right now, speak to them for half an hour, sort something out verbally, saying, yeah, we're going to do this, and then hang the phone up. How do you then know that I've done this? I've always thought, yeah, I guess legally, yeah, you're right. Legally, they might have to disclose, right? But I've always heard that you have to agree with the club to speak to the player first, right? That's what we've been told for decades. Agree with the club first, agree the fee with the club first, and then talk to the player and agree personal terms. We've been told this. However, for the last 15 years, all I'm hearing is personal terms have been agreed. Personal terms have been agreed. They just need to finalize it with the club. Or they've spoken to the player wants to come. They just need to make sure. I've seen this rule being bended many, many times to the point, yeah, I don't even think about this rule anymore. I don't even think about having to approach the club first before you approach the player. I've seen this rule get dashed in the bin many, many times on many, many other transfers. So it's like, are you trying to enforce something that nobody else enforces? And everyone else doesn't care about and bypasses anyway. I don't know what to think about this, but this is interesting because yesterday we were told this deal was finished. This deal was done. Well, they haven't sold him yet, technically, right? I guess the point is that this deal is on pause. It's on hold. And the reason why it's also interesting is because Nottingham Forest actually agreed to sell him. Nottingham Forest agreed to sell him, and the deal was about to go through. And all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. Did you speak to us before you spoke to him? You spoke to him first? No, 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 no. You can't do this deal no more. I know we agreed on the fee and we agreed on everything, but the order in which you did things, it wasn't the correct order. So I'm gonna complain to Daddy, and this deal has to be pulled. I don't understand that. Jerry, educate me, please, bro. Because clearly, yeah, I'm missing something. So please educate me. Because you always come with the facts. If they met his release clause, then there's not much they can do. It will happen after a few days of crying about it. 60 million is too low, so that's why they're pissed off. Should have been higher. Oh, so none of the first are just basically throwing their dummies at the pram. They're gonna sell him for less than they wanted to. Basically, it was let out, or somebody told them what the release clause was, and they wanted to keep it a secret so people bid higher or something. And now they know that somebody told somebody about the release clause, hence why it was triggered, and they're not happy anymore. So it's basically they're being babies. Basically, Jerry is what you're saying. Because I'm like, what? I don't get this. TK says marriages should do the same. Personal terms agreed. Personal terms agreed. Yeah, yeah. Prenup. Yeah, yeah. All right. I thought I'd bring that to your attention. I thought that was a bit weird. I mean, I think the deal will still go ahead, but it looks like they're doing some Drake business. You know what Drake is crying to UMG and getting his lawyers because he lost a rap battle and trying to ruin the whole of hip hop. That's what Nottingham Forest is trying to do. Oh my lord, let's cry, let's cry because shut up, man. Just shut your mouths. Anyway, if you guys care, but I'll report it to you guys anyway, so you know. Chido Obi and Tyler have both been assigned new squad numbers ahead of the upcoming season. Chido is wearing the number 32, like Tevez. What that means, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Listen, when it comes to PR, Man United are the kings. They're the kings. Football clubs, yeah, if you're not winning anything, you got to find, yeah, another reason to keep people emotionally invested in your club. If you're not winning anything, you got to do the whole emotional thing. He's wearing the same shirt number as this guy, and Man United. If you see on the Man United YouTube account, they're just releasing videos of Rio Ferdinand back in the day with Nani and all this feel good stuff. You got to find ways to capture the imagination and the hearts and souls of human beings, so you keep the fan base. Especially if you're not winning, you don't want the Man United fans to be replaced by Man City fans. I've always dreaded that. I said, listen, if we don't start winning shit very soon, the young G's are going to grow up being Man City fans. And we're done out here. So we got to find different ways. So all this media stuff that we do is very, very important. What's this? This is interesting. What's this for? It's such a random thing that I found. But I feel like this is sort of the perfect example of football and facts versus reality, media versus media agendas versus anything else. I'm not saying Nani was as good as CR7, yeah, because he wasn't, but he was close. He was close to it. He could do everything, Nani. Dribble with his left foot, dribble with his right foot. He can go left, he could go right. He could do, because we've had CR7 before Nani, Nani didn't look as special. But Nani, I'm telling you, if you watch Nani, Nani's better than every player that we have right now in our squad. Every player. The quality of this kid was crazy. And I feel like it's interesting that the same minutes played, Nani has this much better GA. More assists than Ronaldo. Same amount of goals. You would never have thought that if you relied on the media, relied on anything else. And facts aren't the most important and GA isn't the most important. I'll be somebody who goes against GA many, many times because GA doesn't tell you the true picture. And that's why I said, even though Nani's GA was more than Ronaldo, Ronaldo was still the better player. So I'm not saying that. But it's just interesting how close in terms of output they were in their first 6,000, 7,000 minutes. I actually like Nani. Every time he did that little flipping backflip thing, I kept saying to myself, bro, do you need to keep doing that? Because one of these days, yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to land on your ankle and you're going to break your ankle and then it's going to be done. Can you please stop celebrating like that? I loved it. I did love it. But at the same time, it shook me every time he did it. It's a shame that he played for us, Nani, at a time where we were very dysfunctional and we started becoming more dysfunctional. But I had loads of time for Nani, man. I love Nani. Yeah. Nani is better than any player we had now, man. Like, Nani picked the ball up, yeah, from 30 yards, slap, top corner. And you're like, with no uplift, no backlift, or hardly any backlift. And I'll be like, what the hell? How's he done that? It's so weird. But yeah, man, very interesting stat. Anyway, bro, British Bulldog, I'll take Tevez right now as well. TK says, wait, does this mean Tevez isn't coming back to United? Oh, man. Anyway, let's end on a positive note. this is leave it. Hojlund is back, people. I don't know, man. All I have is hope. All I have, if we keep Hojlund, the only thing I have, is hope that we will produce more chances for him, and therefore, if he's getting 5 chances a game, he might score 2. That's my I'm trying to convince myself right now on live stream, in front of everybody, that I want to keep Hojlund. You know, when he's like, the choices I have are so bad that I'm like, we're gonna keep Hojlund, aren't we? Please listen. Once again, I don't hate the guy as an individual. I'm not gonna go online and start saying, get out my club, you effing this and all these things. That's long. I don't do these things. But Hojlund, I think you've had your 2 years. I don't think you'll ever be the player that we think you could be. We did buy you for the future. Unfortunately, you don't have a striker to learn from. There's no, in an ideal world, right? Hojlund wouldn't be the main striker for Manchester United. Once again, we failed. We keep buying a lot of these players, right? And just pushing them into the first team with nobody, with no understudies and all these things. In an ideal world, he wouldn't be the main striker. He'll be coming off the bench. But unfortunately, he is, and he's underperformed. I think we need to let him go. We need to sell him. I've always said, when we got Hojlund, his back troubles will be a problem. I don't understand, why we bought a footballer like Hojlund, who has serious, very, very serious back issues. His back is an issue, people. And we knew this before we bought him. So I think we do need to sell Hojlund, unfortunately. He needs to go. I don't think he's just good enough. It's really that simple to lead the line at Manchester United. But it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Jerry says, I've said it, if Cunha and if we get Mbeumo, Hojlund will be a different player. I still think that as well. I feel like there are things in Hojlund's game, where technically he's just not efficient. I don't think his first touch is the greatest. I don't think his understanding of the game is the greatest. His movement is all of these things. So I do have issues with him fundamentally. If you go through his football fundamentals, I love to do that. I love to look at short passing, long passing, movement, dribbling. How close is the ball to your feet when you dribble? Sometimes we call people who carry the ball, we call them dribblers. No. Dribbling is different. Dribbling is what Messi does. Dribbling is what Neymar does. Dribbling is how quickly and how efficiently you can move with the ball at your feet. That's dribble. People who move with the ball, who can just, like Rashfords, who can just kick the ball and just run fast with it, I don't necessarily call them dribblers. So Hojlund, for me, he lacks certain fundamentals that I would like to see in my striker. However, I've also seen many strikers make it in this day and age without certain fundamentals. Like who are the top strikers now in the world? We've gone from R9, Raul, Luis Figo, if you're going to call Luis Figo striker. I wouldn't. Christian Vieri, Batistuta, Crespo, Inzaghi, flipping Trezeguet, Henry. We all were playing football at the same time. We've gone from that to flipping Gyökeres and Osimhen as the 2 top strikers in the world, people. Let that sink in. So the point I'm trying to make is, you don't really need to be a world beater to make it to the top. Hojlund, in his state, and our manager loves that sort of quick player who could stretch the teams and whatnot. With Cunha and Mbeumo, I reckon you will see a Hojlund that scores goals. You will. But Hojlund is just not my type of footballer. He's not my type of striker. He isn't. I'll be honest with you. And if it was up to me, I would sell him. But I know and I understand that some people in the chat will think differently. Dribbling is what I do with my wife. Dribbling is what I do with my bills. Oh man! All right, guys. Let's end. What is this? What are we ending with? Whoa! Is this breaking news or something, people? All right, it's not really breaking. But 2 hours ago, what does it say? It says every Manchester United player, first team, and selected youth who have a chance of making a debut next season were handed a personalised conditioning program over the break. Oh, okay. Not unusual, but Ruben Amorim and his staff were meticulous with it this time. Tailored plans all about injury prevention and making sure they came back sharp and ready to hit the ground running. Ruben isn't messing around. All right. So, what were the other managers doing? I feel like this is kind of normal. Anyway, but if you believe this story, and what's the source? Is it just this guy, Sam C? Is that the source? Okay, the source is not determining people, so I maybe I shouldn't even be talking about this. You could argue, but okay, cool. That's good, first and foremost. But I feel like that's not outside the normal to do that. And if you believe that, that could be the reason why the players have come back looking a bit trim, right? I don't know. I don't believe this is true, but we can end with this silly news. I hope it is true. Like I always say on this channel, I will pray to every god. I will hedge my bets. I know in Hindu there's about 100 gods, and I'll find out who they are and I'll pray to every one of them just to make this happen because I like this footballer, but I don't think it's true. But apparently, Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vivell had scouts monitoring Richard Rios throughout the club world. I mean, you should be doing that anyway. And a fixed fee of £26 million plus bonuses is being sought for the midfielder. I hope that's true. I hope that's true, people, because I've said our midfield is a disgrace. Our midfield is so crap. And we need better midfielders. It's where games for me are won and lost. And if this manager has bypassed this midfield way too many times, we need to invest in our midfield, people. So, anyway, would all clubs not be? Yeah, Jerry. That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't it's like all clubs should be doing this. Everyone has some sort of program, off-season program. I would believe. So why is this special? Sometimes when you get the news, people, especially when I present the news to you guys, sometimes I want you guys to tell me if it's crap or not, because I don't always know. And after the few weeks I've had with you guys in the chat, it's clear that you guys know your shit. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing so much. You know your stuff. So it is what it is, people. I think we're done. We've done a little Sancho rant. We've done the talk about Rashford, Barcelona. Spoke about the players coming in for preseason. Our first preseason game is coming up very, very soon. Nothing really is happening. Hence why I've been, trying to scour the internet for anything, for some sort of news today. And today has been a slow news day. Hence why we're talking about everything and dribbling dribbling with your wife. But it's funny, man. It's fun. Jerry says, here we go, Mbumo next week. Jerry, please be right. Jerry, please. I beg you. Yeah. Listen, this Gyökeres situation, Arsenal, apparently they're stalling. They've reached a little some sort of dead end with this Gyökeres thing. There's a 5 million gap in valuation. Is that it? 5 million gap in valuation. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen then. Yeah, your question to Arsenal will happen. Um, yo, Vegard. Yo, big up yourself, man. I like the number 7 pictures you got there. Yeah, man. What is it? Cantona, Ronaldo, Best, Beckham, the legends, man. The legends, man. Yeah. I feel like number 7. Would you guys all agree that number 7 is probably the most iconic number at Man United? Number 11 is quite iconic. Number 10 is. I mean, any of the attacking numbers are quite iconic. Many great footballers have won some of these numbers, but I guess the 7 is the 7, isn't it? Jerry says Arsenal are stalling because no one else wants him. Yeah. They know. Well. I think we want Gyökeres, but I will say this: are you guys surprised with the lack of big teams that have tried to go in for Gyökeres? Because the Gyökeres situation is very strange in a way, because for the numbers he puts out, 55 GA, like season after season, like 2 seasons running. Why aren't everyone throwing 70, 80 million pounds at him? Why? Why? That's very, very interesting. Is it because the Portuguese thing? The Portuguese tax? Is it because most teams are looking at his numbers and they're like, the Portuguese league? Is it because if you watch him actually play, despite the fact he does get good numbers, he's bullying a lot of these defenders in the Portuguese league like they're nothing. And I don't know if he can do that in the Premier League, people. I don't know. I feel like he will do well in the Premier League, but I don't know if what he's doing in the Portuguese league fully translates to the Premier League. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, Sporting. Jerry says Sporting want him gone. He doesn't want to play for them. Yeah, that in a way, yeah, Jerry. Vegard says maybe because many of the big clubs already got a main man. Yeah, we don't have a main man. Man City do. Chelsea don't really. I mean, yes, they do now, I guess, with Delap. Yeah, you could argue that. There's not a lot of great strikers out there. I've always said this: the quality of the striker market is absolutely atrocious, people. Like, I don't use words like that lightly. It's atrocious. Atrocious, the striker market. British Bulldog says, I don't have 70 million pounds. Yeah, I guess Arsenal, they know they've got him. They know that he's only going to go to Arsenal. So maybe I've said it many times. Wherever Gyökeres goes, it's going to take till the end of the window to do. Arsenal will take their time and then they'll get him, I reckon. British Bulldog said Nunes scored lows there as well. Maybe it's because Ramos and others have scored lows there, then not much when they move. Yeah, Jerry and British Bulldog. I agree. That's the only reason why I think this is the case. Those numbers are crazy, and if he was in Spain producing those numbers, it's a wrap. But because he's in Portugal, it's the same thing as Bruno. Bruno was putting up mad numbers in Portugal, and they were shopping, trying to flog him off, right, to everybody. Tottenham said no. Liverpool said no. We're not convinced. We said no. I feel like we forget about this Bruno thing. We said no to Bruno. And the only reason why we went in for Bruno, is because Jesse Lingard and Andreas Pereira in that number 10 role for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they were not doing it. They were not doing it, and we were struggling. So we were desperate, and in January we went, fuck it, let's get Bruno. And then the rest is history. He's managed to just cultivate the fan base, let the fans believe that we can't survive without him, even though we were surviving without him before, and we'll survive without him afterwards. 100 million pounds we could have got for him, but we can't get it for him. He has contributed. He has, done his GA, given us goals, given us assists. I wonder if his GA would be as high as it is if he wasn't on every single free kick, every single corner, and every single penalty. I wonder if his GA would be the same. I don't know. But Sporting, they do this. This is what Sporting do. And the Portuguese league, as you guys have said in the chat, can be a bit deceiving when it comes to numbers. Do we trust how transferable these numbers are to the Premier League? Do we actually trust that? And as you guys have said, many people have done well in the Portuguese league and come to the Premier League and it's not done it. Not done it. And nobody wants to make that error. Nobody wants to make that or keep making that kind of mistake. Anyway, British Bulldog said drop in Bumo and go all in for Gyökeres. And what? Play Ahmad as a 10, British Bulldog. Vegard, I suggest Strom. If I try to pronounce that word, let me do it. I suggest Stroms.set from Drammen. We won the league in 2013. Vegard, where are you from? Are you from You're from Norway. Oh, big up yourself, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know many teams. I mean Molde, obviously. But I'm Boulder Glimt and these guys. I don't know too many Norwegian teams. I'll be totally real with you, mate. I think we should have gone for Osimhen. Osimhen's wages. Osimhen's a weird one. I don't understand Osimhen. I wish, I can get into Osimhen's head or have an interview with Osimhen and ask him, what do you want? What's your ambition? What is your end goal in football? Like, I need to understand where he wants to go. Because I just don't get him. Like, why the hell are you in? I get why are you in Turkey? Turkey? I get he left Italy because the racismo and the culture there is a bit much for him. But I guess he's Muslim and Turkish people are Muslim, so I guess it fits his culture a bit more. Maybe he wants to go where he's loved. Yo, Norway. My pronunciation wasn't that bad. Don't lie, Vegard. If it was shit, say it was shit, bro. All right, I'll take it. So what is it? I'm Norwegian now. Can I claim Norway? Have I made it? Have I made it? Give me the green card, man. Anyway, guys, I feel like we are reaching the end of the stream. It's been all the guards. Sodegaard, Odegaard, Johanssons. And in Norway, they have that O with that line through. That line through the O. O, line. Oh, that sound. I'm not even going to try that sound, bro. I'll be making a fool of myself on stream. But anyway, big up yourself, Vegard. You're new on the channel. I respect you. I rate you for jumping in, bro. Hopefully I'll see you again. I don't think I'm gonna do a show. As usual, I don't really do shows over the weekend. When's the final for PSG? Is it PSG against Chelsea? Is that Sunday? Let's find out when that is, because I might do a watch along for that one. Club World Cup. Fine, I think it's this weekend. Sunday. I don't know whether I should do a watch along for the club. I've done any watch alongs since the season's finished. And I haven't done any watch alongs for the Club World Cup, but I might do one for this final. Let's do it. We'll do watch along for the Chelsea PSG game, because everyone's waxing lyrical about João Pedro. So I want to see Wagwan. And obviously PSG, the way they play football, the way they move the ball around. Listen, whenever anyone tells you need an out-and-out striker, to play football, just tell them to shut their mouths and watch PSG. Tell them to shut their mouths and watch Spain play football over the last 15 years with a false nine. Tell them to be quiet and watch Barcelona play. I mean, not now because the Barcelona have Lewandowski, but before they had a fluid front three. Teams, yeah, with fluid front threes, yeah. Oh, I love watching those teams that just move around, just occupy different spaces. No matter where you are on the pitch, you feel comfortable with the ball. I can pop up on the left, I can pop up on the right, in the middle. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm a footballer. I don't do positions. I do football. The whole park is my position. I love watching those teams, bro. Like, I love watching those teams. What PSG are doing right now to every team is beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. I love the fact that Vitinha couldn't make it in the Premier League with Wolves. He couldn't make it in the Premier League with Wolves, and he went to PSG, balled out. I love being vindicated. You don't need to make it in the Premier League to make it as a footballer. You don't. So yeah, let's do a watch along. I'm gonna do a watch along for that one. So we can just talk ball, say what we want to say, and just watch a game of football, man. You know. So as usual, people, it's been a blessing. British Bulldog, you're killing me, bro. You killed me today. Still, I ain't gonna lie. TK, Celtistic as usual. Vegard, new guys in the chat. Jerry, always coming with your facts, bro. But yeah, it's been lovely, guys, as usual. I love doing this now, man. I love the community, the little community that we've built. You know, that we're building, man. It's all right, you know. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, man. It's been a blessing, people, as usual. Love each other. Love your family. Enjoy your life, bro. Enjoy your weekend. Because listen, one thing that I understand, no matter how rich you are, where you are in life, we all end the same place. 6 feet under. We all end the same place, bro. We all end the same place. We all go the same. We all die. So just love each other, man, and just try not to take things too seriously. Throw your energy into football. Yeah, I throw a lot of my energy into football, but I also understand football is not the be all and end all of life, bro. It's not. But it's fun, and we love it, and we're here. So it's all good, man. Bless yourselves. Have a good weekend. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday. I think kickoff's at 8 p.m. We'll do it. We'll do it, yeah? Okay. My boss said I have to do it. The person who runs this whole thing, they've given me an order, so I can't back out now. I have to do it. So, yeah, guys, lovely. It's been a blessing. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Is that true? What? SD watch long. Great live as always. Everyone be good. I've instructed my family to fire me into space, actually. I don't know British Bulldog because British Bulldog has bants, bro. He has bants for days. So I don't know if that statement is a banter statement or. I think you can actually do that. Yeah. All right, guys. I have to go, but it's been lovely. Blessing.